savings. But now I have to admit that it's been very tough since I came back last November. And it was after 2 years of lockdown, my son said, "Mom, you better come home." And I realized that, yeah, I mean, like, it's not easy. And I sold my car there, and now I'm without car, so just use the car. All right, thanks. Next one, yeah. 3 cancer fibers. I call them fibers, why? This is the place that where Lucia has been. That this was the resort at that time, Ajong Sutra, on the east coast of Johor. And this is the end of the dinosaur trail, and it's a place where early in the morning, these are cancer patients. Brother Fu is here, see about him later on. Then this is David, I think, and this is Wai Ching, yeah, for NPC. And what are we doing? Qigong. Because only deep breathing with the village inside, they say no shoes. The importance of us being with nature. Okay, thank you. So, now, this is where I live. I was going to live, the Mumu family. Thomas lived in Duku in the 5-acre permaculture farm. This is Ningri, family Ningri Sebelan. His wife, the family is from Malacca. Yes, kids. Thomas Lim was a Hong Kong Morgan Stanley banker in Hong Kong during the Morgan Stanley time. Then he had very, very bad eczema. Nothing could help him. He returned to Singapore and he joined Bjorn. Bjorn has joined Bjorn, isn't it? Tatman? Yeah. Yeah. May I just introduce Tatman briefly? I hope you're Tatman. Okay. Just 3 words or a few words about the circle.
Actually, we just set up this circle. Okay, this is a society, the Circle for Human Sustainability. So actually, we would like to invite all like-minded people to join, because we want to actually combine all our forces to do something for at least Singapore, if not the world. Okay, that's what we try to do. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So he retrained as an edible gardener, and that's how I met Thomas. So we are living on the 5 acres. But of course, it's very hard for us to get 5 acres because it costs a lot of money in Singapore. Okay, next slide. What prompted me to do this sharing? When I read Northerners, so why are we eating so much wheat? Yeah. So, and again, wheat is not whole food. So that's why I'm saying organic. I'm not. It's not the whole food, you see. I'll show you later on what you should be eating. I brought some of these things to show you all what you should be eating. You can get things like that. Yeah. 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 Okay. Now, the animals really are not that with what nature intended. Why? The big animals are supposed to be grazing on grass, organic grass, but instead what are they being fed? They're being fed soya and corn, meal. You know? Yeah, so, and then canned drink. Now the government is promoting Nestle and everything, cut down the sugar. Now why are we drinking that? Why are we even drinking this? Why do we need this? You know, they have tested these type of plastic bottles. Even the ones for babies, they leach out dioxin. I'm not sure what. All kinds of things there. So we should just boil the tap water. Although our tap water is also they put fluoride or chlorine. Everything. Tatman, you are going to change all this, right? For us. And doctor. Okay. All right. Okay, now I found this on the internet. Singapore is boasting that it's a world-class and Asia's healthcare hub with medical marvels. Wow, we can do fantastic surgery now. Wada Wong, we can do fantastic surgery, right? Then after that, must take medication or not? No. Okay. Comprised of the National Healthcare Group, then why? Why if we have all this, every year, now this is the average, 5,700 cancer deaths. Yes, and 5,900 diabetes, obesity-related fatal heart attacks and strokes. Altogether, 11,000 people are dying of this. This is the elephant in the room, isn't it? And you know how many have died of dengue? All the foggy. Last year, 2021, 32 people died of dengue. 32 people died of dengue. And no attention paid to this nor this. Yeah, and how many died of COVID? 29 in 2021. These are all statistics I researched. So, COVID, jab. Yeah, but that doesn't believe it, so right? So you're all not sure. Okay, next slide. Shut back her cancer there. Also recovered private. This is good. I'm a bit breathless now to read. You should come and read for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Singapore's shocking air quality and cancer deaths. Also root causes of all cancers, arthritis, diabetes, Alzheimer's, autoimmune, and how to prevent.
She had a bone, she's 45 years old, bone marrow transplant at 17. Relapsed after a year, became a nun, and after a dharmic life of 27 years in Taiwan, and no medication, shocked her former doctor by her serenity like Catherine. She was a schoolgirl of 16 when she was diagnosed with leukemia and given 3 months to live. She underwent painful chemotherapy immediately. She told me just a week ago, Joyce, when we met, how terrible it was, the ordeal. Her parents were destroyed and the bone marrow transplant was recommended. The brother turned out to be 60% met. Most successful, she relapsed when she turned 19. Next slide. Yeah. At the age 18, she was ordained as a Buddhist nun, and that freed her from stress, fear, and medication. Later, she underwent 14 days of fasting and non-stop vomiting. It was the chemo drugs being discharged. Felt so light and great, but it was an ordeal, when she was vomiting. Then in 2018, she had an accident in Taiwan, and having surgery, the doctor discovered she was diabetic and needed insulin injections. The diet had led to massive weight gain. Now, she is a woman my height, and I'm small bone and a bit too thin. I weigh 45 kilos. She said at one time she weighed 60 over kilos. So that is definitely too heavy. How heavy are you, Amy? 48. But then you are 5 feet. Nothing. So we really, she learned energy healing, decided to stop insulin injections, so food intake, walk more and meditate every day. Joyce says she is a volunteer now.
She's a part-time staff at our senior activity center. Because when she come back to Singapore, if she doesn't work part-time, she can't even rent a flat
Oh, I
to
see.
stay. She got no temple to stay in Singapore, so she need to rent, one-room flat. And to do that, she needs some income in her CPF, and she can be qualified. Yeah.
I see.
So we give her a part-time job to qualify for the flat.
I'm also encouraging her. She's not here because she's gone to Taiwan. But after COVID lockdown, Amy, you want to go to the toilet? Yes, here.
Over there.
Anybody who needs to all these places, China, Japan, Indonesia, Malaysia, taking local buses. After his cancer diagnosis, he was I think he was 69 or something, or earlier. So he was vegetarian. When he was at home, he had TCM herb brewed for him. It was his dedicated practice of his martial art that was enabled 69-year-old Ismail to live life with renewed vigor. You know what? He did not die of cancer as newspapers reported. And what Ismail always said is, Qi is my God. In fact, a former colleague, Irene Ho, dragged him to her Qigong master. And that Qigong master, at first, Ismail had a lot of faith that master could touch him and heal him no pain. I'm trying to find out from Irene Ho, who is that Qigong master, that he can touch and heal your pain. So that's why Ismail is so dedicated. So what happened was, he spent one night in the hospital. He was 76, was sent to Changi Hospital because after treating his former colleagues at Muti's for Dasikana dinner, he had diarrhea. Spent one night in hospital and passed away peacefully next morning. It was his 90-something father who announced to his friends that Ismail had passed away. And it was because he had a plastic valve inserted about 37 years ago when he was like Pak Rahman. Tabi, smoked and drank. So the valve had simply given out. But of course we all need to die sometime now. But we want to die like him without being hooked up to anything. Okay, next. Okay, Evelyn. Lin. You all know her? Have you been to Evelyn's place? No one. She killed her 70-year-old mother, but again, we create our own miracles, right? Yeah. Now this is, in a way, a very tragic story yet uplifting. Sister Joyce will remember Dr. Vincent Han. He drove a sports car. He was a colorectal surgeon, very successful. He turned natural healer because he found out that what he was doing as a surgeon wasn't the right way to treat people. All the medication, all the surgery, the drug. So, his mother, doctor, the father was also a doctor about that, I think. Yeah. So, the mother was actually torn between Vincent, who wanted everything natural, and torn between the husband and the daughter, who wanted to give her all the medical things. And the mother passed away. So Vincent was so anguished when then called to his aunt. This picture is taken in Johor Bahru, by the way. Sir had the usual diabetes, high blood pressure, overweight. She said, even when I was hungry at night, he would open a coconut for me. And she was 60-something, you know. And then he also forbade her to watch TV for said your mind will get corrupted. And she had to exercise by walking. They walk everywhere in JB Town. I was with them. I stayed one night with him. Vincent used to go and volunteer for people who wanted to get healed. And he would stay with them and prepare their meals, all the juices again. But he was, I don't know why he was so slim that one day he was found dead at the bottom of a block of flats. And he was only 30 something, Joyce. He was such a beautiful soul. He was also a volunteer here. So, alright, next one. You saw the first slide, the Chico, and with his mom Kasip, brother Fu. This is Lim Wai Ching, and that is Lawrence. These are all ENT, I would say thrivers, not survivors. Okay. Now, the reason why I wanted to put Brother Fu was he was a big volunteer here, and he said the Kampong Senang was a godsend. And at the time when he was a volunteer here, there were so many people who came for the Qigong class that he led. And he refused, he had stage 4 thyroid cancer. He refused to be pushed into the, what you call, cut, burn, poison, and drugs for life. I chose to live and die my way. Okay, is there a next slide? No, I forgot. Yeah, because the doctors the moment you go to the hospital and you have been given a diagnosis, they will keep on hounding you, come, you got to do. So the prospect of being on drugs for life really put me off. I began reading books, talking to cancer patients, and He discovered Kampong Senang in 2015, put to be a godsend. So, adopted a holistic lifestyle to eat vegan food, juices, exercise regularly, Qigong breathing. So, the thing is to not be pushed into doing cut, poison, and what's the other one? Burn. Radiation is burn, you see? And really, the damage is permanent. In fact, it's worse than permanent. It gets worse and worse, and especially if you are given drugs for life. In this book, you'll see Tom Low story, and his wife Linda was at least 12 years younger than he, but she wanted to do chemo, and she was given drugs for life, and the life turned out to be 6 years only, and it was not a fantastic life like Brother Fu. He said he had 6 wonderful years. Yeah, he chose to do it his way. Okay, and the reason why